going on, peeps? I thought I'd make this quick video. It's to address a comment that was actually posted under the video that I made about understanding the term citizen. And I'm going to start off by reading the actual comment. The comment was, says, unfortunately, I have to disagree about fictions having citizenship. I can't recall exactly where I saw the information. However, I know I read that I read wherever a corporation is registered, that is where it gets its citizenship. I'm gonna address that part first off. We know that's not I don't know where you read that source from. This is from Ashley Larry or whatever. Ashley Larry. I guess that's how it's pronounced, but it's just like when a company is registered. Take Bentonville, Arkansas. That's where home office of Walmart is located. So anybody that works for Walmart in any state that's not in Bentonville, Arkansas, do they not still have jurisdiction over them? Jurisdiction to deal with their employees? All these companies are corporations. You got to keep in mind, all of them are corporations. They're all entities. Citizenship, whatever you want to call them. They are actually employees of that corporation. They're contracted with that corporation for the benefit, for the growth of that corporation. So if you work for Walmart, whether you live in Georgia, Arkansas, Florida, Washington, California, it doesn't matter. If you work for Walmart, you have to adhere to their policies. It's not about where the principal location is located. As long as it's domestic, you have to, as long as you contract with them, you have to adhere to their policies. You're agreeing to follow the rules thereof. Okay. That's what that's all about. That's what it's about. Citizenship is pretty much about the same. It operates the same way. The term individual, you said the term individual is actually synonymous with a corporation legal fiction. Where did you get that from? You have to start reading this. We have to please get out of the habit of regurgitating what you hear on these internet platforms. If you're not willing to look the terms up, don't be quick to comment on comment sections. If you're not willing to look the terms up first. Look the terms up first. It's not hard. I'm not here to debate. If you want to believe that an individual is a corporation, that's on you if you want to believe that. But by definition, that's not what it is. By definition, legal definition of an individual is not a corporation. Regardless of what the gurus of the internet have been teaching, that's not the truth. And I'm going to read it in a minute. I'm going to finish reading what you said. Example, filing an individual tax, income tax, aka 1040, is an admission of corporate status. Dealing with IRS only deals with entities, right? It's about, I guess that goes with the actually being able to, this is all the spiritual and mental issue when it comes to the corporate, the way the corporations, the way the commercial world works. Keep in mind, the IRS only deals with fictions. They only deal with entities. People are the ones that control the entities. This is how people actually play the game. You can't be stuck on one side of the coin and not understand that there's a correlation between the two. You have to use your how can I say? You have to use fictions to operate in the commercial world. Living people use fictions to operate in the corporate world, in the commercial world. And we have to understand the balance between the two, understand how they work together, and not be stuck on one side or the other side. You know, you can't be stuck on one side and not understand how they work in harmony. As we know, we hear that cliche, private and public doesn't mix. And I'm like, these are like cliches that we hear across the internet. But they actually work together. People are actually using fictions to do business. If I want to do business with you, say if you're selling me a car, me and you as living men, living women, we're doing business, we're conducting business. You want to sell me a car. That car is in your fiction's name. It's not in your private name, the upper lowercase name. That in the commercial world is the private, is the natural person. But in the corporate world, in the commercial world, is the car is actually in your all caps name, which is the artificial person, which is the name of your estate. Now, if we want to come together, want to do some business together, you want to sell me the car, I give you the cash, write your check, however I compensate you, and you take the title of that vehicle, of that car, and you have to sign it over with your autograph. You're signing it over, changing authority, changing ownership of that car from your legal entity's name to my legal entity's name. I sign it. That's a living man and living woman do business together. We're operating, but we're using our legal fictions, our entity's name to conduct business. That name represents the fictitious version of you. Yes, what you have to use to do business. That's how that works. And you're talking about a 1040 individual tax form. You're using that to actually to make a point. It says an admission of corporate status. You're not admission. It doesn't mean because you're using a 1040 form doesn't make you as a living man or living woman admitting corporate status. Where did you get that from? In order for you to obtain the property or to get the refund in the commercial world using your entity, you're conducting business with that entity. But the way you sign it, you signing that thing in order to you're doing business. You're just doing business with the entity. It's not you admitting you're doing nothing. Okay? See, that goes with, I guess that's part of the mind fuck that we've actually received in the beginning when we first started learning about the fiction, learning about the straw man. That's why I don't tell people to meet the straw man no more. I said that in the previous videos, but I don't tell people to buy that book, meet your straw man, and then people get so caught up on the fiction aspect of it. Legal fiction, you operate as a legal fiction, and as a dead entity, we use these phrases, we use this language, and it confuses the fuck out of us. Because all you're doing is you using your name, you're using your entity that you have been granted, that was assigned to you. That's is named just like your name that your father and mother gave you. That's the estate. That in order to get something in the commercial world, you're gonna put it in the name of your estate, which is your all caps name. It's just named just like your name. Only you authorized to use it. You authorized to control it. Power of attorney revokes any revocation of power of attorney revokes anybody's ability to administer your estate without your consent. But you can control it the way you want to control it. It doesn't mean you're operating as a corporate status. We heard that. I heard these things before in the past when I was a youngster. not youngster. When I learned this younger in the older years, in the previous years. I'm down to, I just do it years ago. So when I first started hearing that too. Operating as corporate status. No, you're not. Where is this corporate status? This is stuff we used to hear on podcasts. We heard this on podcasts. No, you're operating as somebody. You're just conducting business. You're trying to get your income tax return. How are you going to get your income taxes if you're not going to? Anyway, let me read the rest of it. I guess you're trying to say it took me 1 year to research to figure out the term individual is actually a corporation. So by registering at live birth confers citizenship. Let's look at the term corporation so you can understand it. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna use Cornell Law because I screenshot this here just before I actually did this. Let me see. Whew. Oh boy, screenshot. Okay. Well, I didn't use Cornell Law. I used Black's Law. This is Black's Law Dictionary. An individual. An individual as a noun. This term denotes. This term denotes a single person as distinguished from a group or class, and also very commonly a private or natural person as distinguished from a partnership, corporation, or association. But it is said that the restrictive signification is not necessarily inherent in the word. Say that it may, in proper cases, include artificial person. See, in some cases, depends on what you're reading, what material you're reading. But it's talking about someone. It's not just talking about. It's talking about someone that's not a part of a group. You're not a part of a group, class, or also very commonly a private is very commonly is known as a private or natural person. So they let you know they use it interchangeably, depending on what material you're reading. So you're not always. It's not. We can't be stuck on thinking individual specifically means that and only that, and there's no other possible definition for it. I'm gonna read that again. As a noun, this term denotes a single person as distinguished from a group or class, and also very commonly a private or natural person as distinguished from a partnership, corporation, or association. See, a partnership, corporation, or association that consists of that's a more than one person involved in that. You know what I'm saying? So individual is this one. Okay. So it's a single person as distinguished from. When it says distinguished from, that means it's different from. It's different. It's different from a group or a class. Class is more than one person. Say, but it is said that this restrictive signification is not necessarily inherent in the word. It's not inherent in the word. And that it may, in proper cases, include. So it's not always, but it can include. It can include an artificial person. Okay. Say it says at the very bottom. It says, and an adjective individual means pertaining or belonging to or characteristic of one single person, either in opposition to a firm's association or corporation, or considered in his relation thereto. So that's the definition in Black's Law Dictionary of an individual. But it doesn't always talk about a corporation. So you don't want to be so stuck on thinking that it automatically means a corporation. We gotta stop. We gotta watch who we listening to, man. Be willing to look up these words. Look up these words. Now that was Black's Law Dictionary. I'm gonna look up Cornell Law. See what it says. Come on, get out the way. Individual. Legal definition. Individual, legal definition. See, they have another definition for the word. And it also, remember I told y'all, it depends on what title you're looking in. Like right now, title 43 USC 390 BB, small letter B, parentheses 4. I'm going to click on that real quick. That's what it says. That's I'm going to say that code again. 43 USC. Show y'all. See if I can see. Hopefully y'all can see that. Can y'all see that? Hold up. It's kind of blurry. Hold up. I'm working on it. Hold on. Hold on. I want y'all to see it. Ah, fuck it. It's acting a fool. 43 USC 390 small letter B. That's two of them. Small letter B, number 4. Okay. It says the term individual means any natural person, including his or her spouse, and including other dependents thereof, within the meaning of the Internal Revenue Code of 1986, and it also has that code, a reference code, which is 26 USC 152. That's 26 USC 152. Go look that up. This is what I'm getting you from. I got this from Cornell Law. Okay, Cornell Law is telling you that. So you got to be. That's what I say. You got to look these things up. I said this in previous videos. That these definitions also depend on what material you're reading from. Stop believing everything you hear that's why I don't advocate for listening to these people with these podcasts when they're just ranting on and they make one absolute definition for one word, and they never inform you that each definition can have each word can have multiple definitions depending on what title you're reading it from. That was title 43 USC 390 BB parentheses 4. Now I got another definition. This is coming from title 5. Okay, let me click on that real quick. I hope y'all understand. You got to be willing to look these words up. Don't be stuck on one meaning of a word. This is the commercial world. They don't have no one set meaning of a word. They just don't. Hold on a second. Now, in case you want to look up corporation, by definition, it says the term corporation includes association, joint stock companies, and insurance companies. If you want to look up 26 USC 7701 A3, that's in parentheses, A in parentheses, 3 in parentheses. By definition, that's what it says. So, it's not the same thing. You got to look and see exactly what title are you looking at and what material you're actually reading when you're coming up with these conclusions. Now, if you look at individual in 1 USC 8 parentheses A as an apple, 8 A as an apple, 1 USC 8 subsection 8 A as an apple. It says, in determining the meaning of any act of Congress or of any ruling, regulation, or interpretation of the various administrative bureaus and agencies of the United States, the words person, human being, child, and individual shall include every infant member of the every infant member of the species Homo sapiens. Sorry about that. Homo sapiens, who is born alive at any stage of development. See, that's why I tell you, it depends on what material you're reading, what chapter you're reading, what dictionary you're reading. You can't use one single definition and say This is what individual means. This is what corporation means. Individual can be used interchangeably to mean multiple. It has multiple definitions, just like United States has multiple definitions. It don't always mean a corporation. It doesn't always mean a federal corporation. It depends on what stage what chapter you're reading in, what title you're reading it in. Every title has a definitions area. You have to read the definition area of the title so you understand what they mean when they say that. What do they mean when they say that? Don't be stuck on what these people saying on the internet, because these people, they deceiving the shit out of us. When we just listen to what people saying and not taking the time to pause the video and go look that shit up. And then when you get on here and I'm showing you what the actual sources say, and then you say you disagree. You disagreeing with the source. You ain't disagreeing with me, because I'm just showing you what the source said. Just thought I'd make this video to kind of help you understand. Don't be so stuck on one definition for one word, unless you cannot find another definition nowhere else. If it took you that many words, that many years, to actually come up with the decision, come up with the conclusion that individual in a corporation, it means you'll probably listen to the wrong people, because it don't take nothing but a Google search to understand what an individual actually is. It took me a few years. Think about it. Next year make 10 years I've been in. And there's a lot of stuff I had to detox from. Understand that I didn't have to do stuff that I did not have to do, that I did, and I wasted a lot of money, thousands of dollars, in buying people's processes, paying for consultations from people, listen to hearsay testimonies, making like me being drawn in by the hype, running with the crowd to what seems to be the hot thing to do. That is what is it. That's what we need to be doing. And I'm running to it blindly, not taking the time to run, going to find my own way, to study, to understand that if you follow the crowd, you actually just like another sheep. Keep in mind, the sheep just follow blindly. They don't look up anything. They just follow it because it's the easiest route. It seems like it's the easiest way to go. Just find somebody you think is just easy to listen to, because they got it all. They got all the answers. So I don't have to challenge anything. Oh, this person know what the fuck they talking about. So you drop your guard. You guard it when you first go in there. You hear something. Oh, it sounds good. So you drop your guards. How much? Pull out your wallet. Ready to give it to them, because it seems like the easiest way to just pay somebody else to just tell me what it is, so I don't have to do no research. When you get to that point, you start living your life like that, you're going to be running these rat races for years. You're going to be doing processes you don't need to be doing. You're going to be doing processes that are totally unnecessary. And years down the line, when you finally do get it, because if you stay diligent about studying this stuff, and you stay diligent about this stuff, and continue studying, until you master certain areas. You master that, then you go on to the next thing. You master that. You're going to look in hindsight, you're going to realize you didn't need a lot of the shit you didn't need to do it. Why the fuck did I do that? That's why I'm starting to revisit a lot of these topics. Reading a lot of these topics, I'm revisiting them. And I'm realizing you didn't have to do that shit. I was listening to a chick that I know is very knowledgeable about a lot of the stuff she's talking about, But she was like, that's why I authenticated my birth certificate, and I was able to do this and I got that done because I'm not in that jurisdiction, all this other stuff. Like, authenticating the birth certificate has shit to do with that. You got remedy for another because of something else. It had nothing to do with that birth certificate. But they think that. Because they think about what they did, and they automatically just think that that's what happened. This kind of reminds me back when I was a Christian, following the Christian doctrine, ordained deacon. Got ordained in January 2012. You know, ordained deacon of the church. What's the name of that church? Kingdom Metropolitan Worship Center. No, that was not it. Anyway, it's another church I joined. I forgot the name of it. It'll come to me when I think about it, because that's not the point. Here I am. This chick was telling me how Jesus revealed himself to her in a dream. And I'm like, by this time I'd already learned about the doctrine and how the vast majority of the stuff I learned in church were lies. They were not true. They were manipulation of, a lot of it was manipulation of the actual the doctrine itself, what the Bible actually says. They were manipulated by the pastors that were teaching it because they wanted to make money off the members that are showing up to listen to them speak. This chick that I was dating secretly, I actually slick fell in love with her ass. But she by the time I came out, we reunited. We had parted ways at some point, and reunited when I moved back to Georgia, because I moved to Florida at one time for a couple of years and came back to Georgia. Ran into this chick again, and she swear Jesus revealed himself to her in a dream. Say, yeah, you're right, in a dream. And this is not the shit on her beliefs, but technically it is a shit on her belief, but just not directly. The thing was, she believed what she's heard. She believed that because of what she was taught to believe. But not once in the Bible does it describe what Jesus looked like. That hair like Jesus, hair like wool, sheep's wool, and skin of copper. If you go back and read that chapter before you go to try to rebut what I'm saying, go back and read that and you'll see it never said once it was Jesus. Black folks made that shit. Melanated people made that shit say it Jesus. They came up with their own conclusion that was Jesus. Another topic for another discussion. But that's what melanated people, the melanated culture, took that to say Jesus was black. And they ran with that. But anyway, she's saying that Jesus revealed himself. How can you say that if you don't know what Jesus looked like? You were taught what Jesus looked like. You were given an image. So how can you say that's Jesus? And you saw that he revealed himself as in a dream. If you have no solid proof of what Jesus looked like. I know what my mother looked like. So if my mother comes to me in a dream, my mother came to me in a dream because I know what she looks like. There's documented evidence about what my mother looked like. There's proof of her existence on this earth. I saw her. I was raised by her. I know what she looks like. You can't be taught by somebody you never met in person. You don't know what they look like. There's no historical photos of that individual, yet they reveal themselves to you in a dream. So when you hold on to these beliefs, there's nobody can tell you anything about it. And this is pretty much what took place when it came to this situation right here. Well, there's different things that I was holding on to because I was thinking that what was taught to me, this is what needed to be done. I was taught this by different things and different things that were being taught on the internet. You know, I was using what I was taught. I hope I'm not rambling too much. I was using what I was taught. Anything that happened as a result of something that I've done, I would say that's the reason why it happened. Case in point, I beat child support back in 2016. I was having a debate with a guy on the phone one day. I still remember this to this day. We ain't talked since either. And he was shitting on the registration of the trade name because I was saying that's how I beat child support is trade name registration. I was convinced that that's what it was. because that was an effective thing that I did when I was fighting that case. Now that I look at it in hindsight and I'm more knowledgeable about what it is that they're doing, is the fact that I bucked. I filed an answer into the court case. That's all that was needed to be the child support case. You file an answer and you stand on it. You don't have to file. You don't have to do no trade name registration. You ain't got to authenticate no birth certificate. You don't even have to do a power of attorney, really. I didn't do a power of attorney to beat child support the first time. But I'm using them now because I understand that's how they're able to administer your estate without your consent. It's through power of attorney. I didn't do that to beat child support the first time. I didn't do any of that stuff. I filed a whole lot of shit in the court case. So I was crediting something that I thought was the kill shot that shut the case down, when really they just got burned out. We went 10 months back and forth with paperwork. We went 10 months back and forth with paperwork. So going back and forth with paperwork, her attorney sending me paperwork, I'm figuring out some kind of way to respond back. I respond back, type it up, send it out there, send it to him. So I was getting practice going back and forth with that. He got burned out. He possibly just got burned out. He was probably kept trying because my paperwork wasn't sharp. I barely knew how to articulate what I needed to articulate. I just shut it down quickly now because I know what to say. And I know what they're doing. At that time, I was having a straw man argument. I was having a living man argument. The legal fiction argument. You know, having these arguments, and I'm not operating as a corporate fiction, and you know, stuff like that. And it's really simple language. They're administering your estate without your consent, and they're trying to do something that you don't consent for them to do. It's that simple. But me not knowing that back then, I was giving other things credit other than what it really was. This is why I'm bringing this up, because a lot of times we can get stuck on thinking one way and we don't understand that there are it's a lot of simplistic. It's a simple solution to this stuff, y'all. It's not that damn simple. It's not that damn hard. When you understand the only thing that they're doing is administering your estate, that's all they're doing. Your name in all capitalized letters is the name of your estate. The information that goes there, that is connected to your estate. Everything, your estate is a collection. By definition, is a compilation of your property. By definition, that's what an estate is. You can look that up. It's on Cornell Law. See if I can look that up real quick so I can show y'all on the damn cell phone. So you can see for yourself. Cornell Law. Come on, damn it. Give me another screen. Let's see. What did I say? Estate, right? Estate. Come on, damn. Estate. I typed the wrong thing in. Estate legal definition. Here we go. Now I'm going to show y'all. I want to show it to y'all, so you can see it for yourself. I made a video on this. I'm gonna keep on pushing it until y'all get it. Till everybody that don't get it. Put it like that. Now, here we go. Hopefully y'all see that. Oh. Come on down. Shit. I wonder why I won't damn focus. Anyway, fuck it. I'm going to read it. I ain't doing that no more. Cornell Law. If you type in your Google search, you'll see it for yourself. Estate legal definition. You'll find it in Cornell Law. It says an estate is the total property, real and personal, owned by an individual prior to distribution through a trust or will. See, you see that word individual is written in there too. You got to understand, you got to just use a little common sense to be able to toggle between commercial and real. You know, what's real and what are they talking about? Because the fictitious name, it's like they're using the fictitious name. It's like the fictitious version of you in the commercial world, so to speak. But because they're talking about your estate. Your estate is your property. It says a total property. Total property, real and personal, owned by an individual prior to distribution through a trust or will. So keep in mind, a will is it only comes into effect after you're dead. They're talking about it then you being the individual. Commercial language, when they're using the word individual, then they talking about you. Okay, so it's your estate. So it's being your estate. So look up Cornell Law Dictionary. Pause the video if you need to do that, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But that's what that is. So your estate, all the thing they're doing is administering your estate. They're administering your estate so that they can conduct business with it. They want to find a way to get a hold of that Social Security to your Social Security account. Keep in mind, if you look at the back of that Social Security card, you'll see that letter on the back of it preceded by some numbers. That letter represents one of the 12 Federal Reserve banks. Okay? One of the Federal Reserve banks. And when you look that up, you'll find a routing number. Every bank has a routing number. And then that Social Security number is the account number. Even the Social Security Administration says that it's an account number. So you use that. So those two together gives them access. Any financial institution gives them access to your account. So when you do an application that has a monetary value on it, they can cash that in according to the Federal Reserve Act 16, Section 2. It says it. They can cash it in for the amount that's for the amount applied for. So if you apply for a loan for like a $30,000 car, and you that application, they can securitize that application. They can get Federal Reserve notes from that application with that application. From the Federal Reserve note with that application for the exact amount that's written on there. So you have unlimited credit with that access with that. So that's why you're able to use that in that United States citizen, that all caps name, your estate. That's the citizenship of your estate, because that's the principal location right here on this land. Okay, but anyway, I'm off on a tangent on some other shit, but I thought I'd just kind of throw that out there. Hopefully, we cleared up some stuff. If you disagree, that's totally on you. Just keep looking. Just challenge me by looking up the stuff I'm saying. Okay, I'm not here to have no debates with nobody. I'm not here to degrade nobody. None of that. I ain't got nothing. That's not me. I'm here to just trying to grow the channel by sharing the information. Okay, that's it. I'm not here for no debates. If you disagree, that's totally on you. That's totally on you. But just go look this stuff up. Look it up and you see it for yourself. Blessings to you. Peace out.